Well, folks, it is Labor Day weekend 2019, and there are reasons I usually do not ever go out on Labor Day weekends or any of the major holidays. 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day. It's just too crowded, and in my opinion, it's bad luck. I've never had good luck on those Labor Days, on those holiday weekends. I was supposed to go to Key West this weekend, but this hurricane came along and they shut down Florida. Before I could even get through South Carolina, they called me up and said, Florida is closed. Turn around and go home. So we're basically around the house doing some hiking. And I wanted to get some decent drone pictures on top of this mountain. It's a beautiful mountain, you'll see. And we climbed up to the top of the mountain, and I got up here and realized I had forgotten the cord for the drone to the from the controller to the iPad. So I had to climb all the way back down to get the cord, and then I ran out of the battery. Had to run down and get that again. So I've climbed this mountain 3 times now with Akela, and it's crowded with people now. It's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and there's a ton of people with pit bulls and mixed breeds that are on harnesses that all they want to do is kill another dog. So I try to tell the people, put the dog on a regular collar. If he's aggressive, put him on a prong pinch collar so that you can control him. Get him, give him the idea what he's doing is wrong. Train your dog. But anyways, we're out here on this mountain. We tried to get out here early so it was cool, but now it's 1 o'clock and the sun is just blazing down on this big piece of rock, and it's hot. And I've got some water in the backpack, and we're gonna take a rest, let the dog get cooled off. He just does not do well in all this sun, and I don't know how hot this rock is on his paws, but we'll let him cool down his paws, give him a drink, and then we're gonna move on. But watch this. It's a quickie and a shorty, and we're just enjoying the beautiful day at the end of the summer. All right, let's move on. This is what happens when you let the boy lead the way. Suddenly we're on some old road that has nothing to do with a path. And we're going through spider webs like nothing else. Pricker bushes and spider webs. That's where he takes me. It's amazing at the middle of the day in the heat. The birds aren't singing much. The woods are so calm and quiet. It's like, it's kind of a hint that you shouldn't be out in the woods hiking around at noon when it's so hot. Yeah, there's the trail. He's on the other trail. You see, he thinks he knows the way back to the car. I think he's ready to go home. We were climbing up the mountain, and he found a dead tree that he finally got a branch broken off of. And he carried that stick down the mountain. But Finally, I kicked it into the brush, and it got caught on the brush, and he had to pull half the bush out to get that stick free, but by God, he did it. He come running down after me with that stick, and it was all full of brush. I had a couple of branches hanging off it. This is the king of the mushrooms, and around him are his loyal servants. You don't see mushrooms of different types so close that often. These are a nice amanita. I can't remember what species it is, but they're a nice mushroom. I don't know what the other one is. It looks kind of like a... I know this has got something to do with history, but I'm just hoping that we don't run into the prisoners or any late residents. It's a nice trail on the side of the mountain. It's full of all these little plaques that tell you about the different trees that you're looking at and everything. Eastern hemlock are dying off in the Appalachians because of fuzzy rust or whatever they call it. I'm not sure what these are. They look a little weird. They've got a big bulbous bottom and then this little tiny mushroom top. And there's quite a lot of them around. I don't know if that's like a mutation or something, but the forest is full of mushrooms. There's a bolete. Someday I'm going to have to figure out the name of this so I can call it by name, but you see these in the woods. Little bunches of moss and ferns, and they're really cute. I want to know what they're called, other than moss. Moss is pretty impressive stuff. We've been going up switchbacks for the last mile or two. We've probably gone 1,000 feet over the last mile, going back and forth up this mountain. It makes for a nice easy hike. It's really, you know, you gain distance for effort, less effort. So we don't mind, really. Especially on a nice day like today. It's as we get to the top of the mountain though, we're getting a nice breeze, which is just perfect. You know, you get to where you're almost getting too hot, and suddenly it's a nice easy breeze. So we like that. The boy's having a good time. He got a good revitalization with the big drink, big bowl of water. I'm carrying this little bowl now. It's a collapsible bowl, and it turns into a pretty deep bowl. And he's learning to drink out of it, so that's good. Okay, it got steep again. The worst part is this rock is really hot for his feet. So I let him off leash so he can find spots that aren't quite so hot. But what a great view. There's a thermometer here. Tells you what the temperature is coming off the rocks. So we'll stop and look at the thermometer. It says it's only 80. And that's a real nice breeze. You can see everything's blowing. It's awesome. I guess we're following those cones. So that's a pretty steep downward climb. You can't really tell with the camera, but it's pretty steep. We climbed up this once. That's Akela's movie, if you remember that. I'll link that up in the top corner there. We climbed up this when Akela was using the camera. We got a long way to go yet. All the way down. And we've been all the way up. It's a steep climb, steep descent. It's not doing anything good for my knees or for the puppy's paws, so we're taking our time, taking breaks in the shade. I'm teaching Akela about shade. Damn important down here. Get a drink. Every hike I take with Akela, I try to make sure there's some kind of water around that he can cool off in, because he can't take off his coat, unfortunately. Whoa, there's a wasp carrying off a butterfly. I have never seen that before. Sorry it's so shaky, but I'm doing this freehand. Pretty interesting. I hope you don't mind. Well, folks, we're about 1,000 yards from the car, just coming out of the woods, and so I got to put him on a leash and walk him to the car and then get the car cooled down and all the stuff out of the backpack. And so I guess we'll end it here. This has been a great hike. We met a 74-year-old that's running up that hill that we did the drone footage on. He said he needs a few surgeries and then he'll be as good as new, but boy, I hope at my 74th birthday I'll be that good. But I hope you enjoyed this hike. I love having you around with me. I really would not be doing these without you guys with me, so thanks for watching, thanks for coming along, and leave me comments on ways to make it better or worse, or things you didn't like or things you did. Alright, subscribe if you haven't, leave me comments, and share if you think it's worthwhile. We'll see you on the next video. Alright, thanks folks, bye bye.